Hello, everyone. Mike Scuno with the 812 Living Group and host of the 812 You and You blog. Hey, didn't even have time to put on my 812 Living shirt today. Brought on Brad C., our local mortgage expert, because Brad, look, the mortgage rates have been just swirling right now the last 2 weeks. I'm going to put a chart in of the last several months onto the blog post, but we're seeing where there was a consistent drop throughout the summer, and then the last several weeks, couple of months, we've seen slowly, bit by bit, ticking up. And there's a lot of reasons for that. We're not going to bore our listeners with Fed talk and taper talk because I think they would just go away. But wanted to get you on because we're starting to see an impact, right, for borrowers. But tell us what you're seeing as in regards to interest rates, mortgage rates.
Yeah, like you said, the tapering and inflation and jobs report, and there's all this push and pull. But at the end of the day, there's more push to drive rates up a little bit than there is pull to keep them lower. And as we head into November and December, there's a lot of uncertainty, and we feel like there might be a little more push to keep them going up a little bit versus things that are going to keep them low. So the long story short is, we've had people that got pre-qualified 30, 60 days ago, and we were talking 2.875 on a 30-year fix, and now that conversation is 3.125. So still low. It's not like we're pushing to 3.5 or 4% or anything like that, but there is a slight, uptick in those rates.
Yeah.
But we'll kind of see what happens.
Yeah, making a difference on the payment. When you calculate that payment at 2.875, it doesn't sound like a lot to jump to 3.125, but it does make a difference on that monthly payment, right?
Yeah, it does. And depending on the loan amount, it can be pretty insignificant. It's maybe, $12, $13, but you get up in the higher loan amounts, it could be, $30, $40 a month.
Yeah. So I did want to alert people to it today. One of the reports that I looked at said, hey, prior to yesterday, which was looks like it was a slight tick down. Prior to that, we had about 10 days in a row of tick up. And again, that's from that uncertainty that we're talking about. But alert today, but the bigger point is if you're in the market, there's a lot of uncertainty where we think rates likely go higher through the rest of the year. Is that fair?
Yeah. And so the people out house shopping, make sure you talk to whoever, you're pre-qualified with about that and what that looks like. If you haven't refinanced yet, maybe now it's time to jump off that fence and get that done. And then the third part of that is, I think people that have, we've got a lot of people doing new builds and new construction that aren't going to be done till December, January, February. I've even got one that's April of next year. So we're kind of watching those things for those new construction clients as well, and making an educated decision on when to lock and what to do.
Yeah. And how long is that lock? How long do you all lock those rates for?
So you can lock up to 90 days. Anything longer than 90 days generally costs an upfront non-refundable fee, which gets pretty expensive. So we really try to, once we're 90 days out, we need to start looking at it and making an educated decision on when to lock.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know with your clients, like you said, you do a great job of timing that lock. It's not always right away when you apply for that pre-approval. You're going to lock when it makes most sense. Brad, a lot of swirling around the mortgage rates. Thanks for coming in on short notice and talking to us. And we'll certainly be checking back with you before the end of the year.
I appreciate it, Mike. I hope everybody stays safe out there in this crazy market.
All right. Thanks, Brad.